right. We don't have to do that no more.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Occultus Anonymous. So we travel forth once again into a sea of stars. As always, we like to thank our like to thank everyone that supports us, be they Roll20 or all of our friends out in Patreon land that help us afford equipment and art and all kinds of nice upgrades for the stream. With a special shout out to Adele, Alice, Al, Alexander, Alpha Wolf, Alsrit, Bernie, Buck, Chris, Doc, Emil, Ethan, George, I'm the Real Usix, James, John, Josh, Camo, Cat Feathers, Klaus, Leroy, Melissa, Milo V3, Moku, Mozart D Minor, Noctile, Other Guy, Perry, Foog, Porter, Puppeteer, Raffio, Ryan, John, Shixara, Thomas, Toast, Vincent, Vortex Falcon, Why Gender when you can serve the Iron Pyramid, Sultan, and Aethernalis the Mad. We appreciate you as ever. So, gang, where were we?
About to be eaten.
The Pit of Despair.
No, we had just defeated foolish foe.
Yeah, we were all just sitting at a big cuddle pile having tea and watching Netflix.
Yeah, nothing bad
Indeed.
had happened.
That's
No
right.
one was in danger.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you fools.
To be fair, I only had one stress.
I mean, yeah, nobody got halfway to Eclipse before we even launched.
Yeah,
I mean, I did.
that's literally happened every episode.
Yep.
Just so you know.
I'm sitting at
sensing
5.
Someone has rolled a 5 on their, or rolled a 1 on their stress track every time.
Somebody might have done it
for real.
twice in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Combo breaker.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 5 and also still have that level 2 harm.
Mhm.
We're doing great.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
fun.
tried. I'm sorry.
You probably won't die. Okay, it'll be fine.
It's far more fun to keep you alive in suffering.
How'd you know?
Because I too had the end.
Yeah, fair. In a more serious recap, we spent a good long while going through our obligations and finding out the stressors of our protagonists' lives, with be they social, physical, or emotional distress that everyone found themselves in.
Yep.
And then we had some really nice, touching moments of characters investigating each other and preparing for battle, and
Not so much that second one.
there was
a little bit.
Y'all did some make ready rolls, so it does.
We did fix up some mechs.
Yeah.
And they may get
Just-
wrecked here in a minute.
And especially I wanted to highlight again the sort of beginning of some discussions about some of the strange things that have happened to Saraia and Janice as they took confidence in each other.
Yeah.
And then there was mission launch out toward Jupiter, where there was signs that something was hiding behind Jupiter in some way. And as you got closer into orbit, suddenly the great red spot was greater and redder and actually an angry eye of some Leviathan god. And as it swelled up out of the upper atmosphere of Jupiter, escaping the gravity well, to begin doing something. It hasn't really acted much yet, so we'll find out. The party made some initial forays into, oh shit, what do we do?
What's going on?
And we left the episode on a bit of a cliffhanger, waiting to find out what will happen, as they did hear sort of crackled communication trying to fight its way through the distortion of this huge Leviathan, like Kraken-esque beast, and simply heard the word Poseidon being uttered by the voice of Ephialtes, your commanding officer.
He's being dramatic.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not a problem at all. Everyone, you all deeply know in your souls, you're just fine.
Yep.
No one's scared at all.
Nobody's stressed.
Yeah, no one's stressed out. So,
Quick recap. Sorry to jump in here, but who's in what mech? Because I remember I was in Medea.
Yep.
And then I was like, I don't remember where anybody else was.
Janice is in Sisyphus.
I have
Right.
Diana.
No.
No?
That was
Alcipine?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right.
I believe I took Icarus.
Right.
You did take Icarus, that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
With 1 strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you for drawing that big red underlined.
I said it before you left for the mission.
Mhm.
Let it not be said that I did not give ample. Are you sure?
I was to say the DMS.
Also,
Are you
before
sure?
we clarified what mechs we were in, you were like, and you have been, something happens. And what mech are you in?
You could have dived away. It's okay. It's good. We can recover it. We can bring it back. Repair it again.
No, send it to the eye and run away. Come on now.
That's true.
By the virtue of looking at the previous rolls, it would appear that the last thing that we did was have Lily make a flow roll to, I believe, get in close was your choice.
Yeah, I
To try and
was
protect Saraia.
trying to give her cover, kind of, by sort of getting up in its face.
Yeah, I think it was covering fire and like trying to blow out one of its eyes, and
I succeeded.
Yep.
And I got out of that whatever gravity
Mm-hmm.
had me in place.
And my consequence is that I'm real close to it now.
Yep.
And it's pissed.
Oh yeah. You think?
I blew up one of its eyes.
And they're Titans, and they don't really much care for us. So, or excuse me, not Titans, Leviathans.
So, from there we will jump back in. Janice,
Yes.
what do you do?
Janice too. Trying to remember what I was planning on doing before. Janice had pulled Saraia out with the tractor beam she had designed in advance. We did a little flashback for that, I think. Right? And Sisyphus used the mace and boulder to pull her out. I think Janice was going to... Oh, I remember what I was going to do. Yes. Okay. Janice has realized that the one thing she can do that's unique in this timeline, regardless of how different she is from who she was before, or any stress she's grappling with, is actually the foresight she has, the insight she has from being in another timeline. So the thing she hasn't done as often, which can likely benefit her and her companions, is before she makes a choice to carefully evaluate the situation and try and use that new information or contextualize that new information with any that occurs to her from an experience in the past. So she's going to gather info. And I'll tell you what question I want to ask. Let's see. Yes. Poseidon emerged from Jupiter, the eye becoming enormous and coming towards us. And although it is certainly our responsibility to discourage Poseidon from going closer to Earth, there's probably something else happening. We also need to keep our wits about us. So what's already in motion here? That's what Janice wants to figure out before she decides how she's going to engage further. I'm going to roll analyze, if that makes sense to you.
Chris, just to paint a picture, is Jupiter actually a Leviathan, or is this Leviathan emerging from a portal in Jupiter's atmosphere? Or is that something that'll be a roll on my turn? Are we going to have to worry about large-scale gravitational effects on the solar system?
That might be something that Ruff discovers here in a second.
Okay.
I got 2 3s as befits my status on
Sick.
roll 20. However, I do get +1 effect level with gathering info.
So it's
So.
great effect.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fair. So what was the question again?
The question was, what is already in motion here?
Um,
And if you need some more specificity, again, Janice is trying to, from her vantage point, perceive what Poseidon is actually doing. Poseidon just waiting on Jupiter this whole time? Why is Poseidon emerging now? Like, what is happening? Why are we seeing Poseidon now? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I think you can, with all of your scans and like emotional resonance, and because y'all are having this like sort of almost like despair aura that you're in right now.
Yeah.
You can feel that it might be hungry. It might be that it has some sort of planned action, but whatever it is, the like presence of a Leviathan readout energy that y'all got definitely signified with it sort of activating out here in some way. And it is likely that it was sort of at rest within the atmosphere of Jupiter somehow. And the sheer like biological extremeness of that is wild.
Yeah.
You consider that as you are figuring that out and stuff like that. Yeah, which kind of answers Craig's question. But no, Jupiter, the planet, is not Leviathan. Even though I did consider that at one point.
It's Jupiter.
We wouldn't call it. I mean, then we might as well call it Zeus because.
Yeah.
No, that would mean there's a bigger one out
there. Can I offer some color then in how Janice shares that information with everyone else?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you hear Janice kind of pause in the group communication, and she says, I don't think we can fight him. But and then she realized what she says. She says, what I mean is, I think we should lead him away. I think he'll follow. I think he's hungry. So whether or not that's true, that's what she says.
Cool. Sorry, I was taking a bite.
No worries.
We're gonna talk a little bit longer.
Oh, okay. I can.
No, you're good. You're good.
Good.
Yeah. So you've got a little bit more of an idea. You've offered this plan. Malphus.
All right.
You feeling leadery today? How you feeling?
Oh yeah.
Chosen one, ready to kill a god.
The
yes.
way Malphus leads. Yeah, we're gonna leave that where it's at. Yeah, okay. With Lily moving in on Alcipe to defend. And okay, it wants somebody to chase. All right. I think Malphus is just gonna have Medea just fly right by and just strafe right across.
Ooh, yeah.
Like not attempting to do any kind of actual damage because this thing's huge. We got to set up for that kind of stuff. And just entirely getting attention from the thing and trying to move it towards him. And I'm going to go Transcendent.
Yes.
Doo-doo.
Dun, 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 dun.
And I mean, I'm thinking this is probably still just going to be Defy. It's just very straightforward because I can't. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Defy's good. I mean, especially with it, like, it's giving off this, like, very, like, palpable, like,
That's true.
aura of fear and despair and stuff.
That
Like, you having to-
malaise.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So risky. Is it Transcendent now?
Yeah. I think from your current position, it would be risky.
Risky standard because I don't think.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was looking at shaking confidence or confidence. Yeah, I don't think that comes into effect here. Transcendent, yes. Bonus die, none.
Yeah, if I recall, your shaking confidence was more of a like social thing.
Right. It was the whole like, no, we didn't actually kill this thing.
Gonna get somebody killed, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna 4.
Cool.
Yay.
Though actually, because it is Medea, would I get an additional die for the powerful? And
yeah, you can take an extra die.
I don't quite feel
feral or hungry applies.
How about a 5?
It doesn't improve your situation.
Oh, that's right. It's 4, 5. Okay. Yep.
But nicely done.
Yep. 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So you come in, zoom in, like Medea's like claws extended, and
yeah, that's kind of the wall run scratch.
Yep.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
And there's just this like black, sticky, like tar blood that sort of just comes like oozing out into space as you scratch alongside it. You don't think you're actually doing much damage at all, but you definitely get its attention. And it almost just like folds around on itself, very invertebra. Like, this thing is a very wonky, like, cross between like a whale and an octopus, and it goes from whale to octopus real quick and just sort of like folds in on itself and gets your attention, or gets its attention on you. Where are you leading it?
In vague terms, parallel to where we know the Argo is. Not straight towards the Argo, but like trying to maintain that distance. So if the Argo can bring guns to bear,
I'm worried it's going to treat Argo like a snack.
Sure, it very well may, but if the
Argo
Argo,
in trouble if that happens.
right? Yeah, like that is. It is kind of what it's there for. It's not like the Argo is, just a mech delivery device. It has guns, it has weapons, it has crew.
Yep.
And they did tell us to bail.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we have been ordered to not fight this.
Mm-hmm.
And just to recheck, I do mark off a transcendent thing because it didn't tie into the urges for the mech, right? I'm trying to remember.
Yes.
Wait, hang on. That's never mind. Sorry, I didn't even need to ask. Yep.
You're correct.
Every time you.
Yep. So what is our consequence here? I think the consequence is that very quickly, position-wise, it goes from you've got its attention to, oh fuck, you've got its attention. And it goes from you leading it somewhere to you being chased.
Fantastic.
Kind of the intent, not kind of out of my
And
control now.
In a very like horrific space whale version of the cloud of sand from the mummy. It's just like,
yeah.
We appreciate mummy references here. Thank you.
yeah, we do appreciate it. We stand a mummy reference.
You said a whale, right? You mentioned the word whale. Well, we did have the whale recently. There's a connection there. Okay, that was loose.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah,
I
but it
see.
wasn't. I could
I
have
see.
delivered that better, so I
I
regret
see. I
even
see.
making the joke. It came out half baked and not even smoking.
Stop.
Saraia. Thankfully for you, you've got two teammates that just got the attention off you. You're no longer in incredible, horrific danger right now.
Well, I think I'm still in incredible, horrific danger. I'm just not on the pointy end of that axis.
Yeah. Actively the focus of the horrific danger.
I think I want to try and using the psychic neural emotional link to Icarus. I want to reach out to everybody and try and counteract this sort of doom and depression that we're getting from the Leviathan, and just use empathize to try and motivate the team and remind them that we are a team and nobody has to face anything alone.
Hell
That's
yeah.
cool. I love it.
That's great. That's that good shit.
I am trying to lean into the unfinished, which I interpret Icarus as unfinished as hope. Is sort of where I'm trying to come at it from.
I like it.
Icarus hasn't been defined, so Icarus could really be anything.
I was just gonna say the word defined. Yeah, it was meant as a it literally has not been like perfected, finished, but in that definitional sense of the word, yeah, that's great.
I am ascended.
I'll get you an extra dice, or no?
No extra dice for being bright. It will
get you XP, and it would not deplete your transcendence if you transcend.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm already transcended.
Oh, that's right.
This is desperate risky, I presume.
Yeah, or desperate standard. Desperate risky would not be.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, it's desperate in with or transcended. Oh, transcending isn't going to get us out of desperate. Oh, yeah, this is a bad situation.
Not always, no.
Yeah.
And I think I'll take an extra. If we get 2 dice, if we push, right?
If you push yourself, you get 1.
One.
If you get assistance, or someone spends a bond, then you get 2. Because
I got one. I got a link. Got one. Janice will spend 1 in Saraia.
Okay.
And when Saraia connects with Janice, you feel a wordless agreement and gratitude.
Okay. I feel like this is a lot riding on this roll. I'm not sure why I'm. Oh, hey, 5.
Woo, baby.
And that takes me to 6 stress, right? Okay. So you guys sort of through the psychic link just feel this outpouring of love and affection and teamwork and coordination, and yes, it's terrible, but we're all in this together kind of feeling sense.
Fantastic. I know what Janice is going to say now.
Yeah, so you have a full-on believe in the power of friendship anime moment. You do get XP for the desperate roll, as well as the tag on Icarus.
Okay.
The first of which has to go towards empathize, whatever.
Right.
Sun. And yeah, you. Is it forceful? Is it like
more aspirational?
Like
I'm not
raw. Is it aspirational? Is it like quiet?
Yeah,
like hope.
She wouldn't be. It's more like a light to go towards rather than a flame behind you driving you forward, right? She's inviting everyone into the
kumbaya moment.
Yeah, into the teamwork side of things.
Cool. Yeah.
So there's support there if you want to reach out and take it, I guess would be like she's offering a hand.
Yeah, so you fully do manage to, at least for now, counteract this sort of crushing force. I think everything's going to be a little bit easier for now. We'll see what happens, but what's I think that keeping this up as like an amplified emotional field out of your mech is putting strain on it.
Mhm.
And
Poor baby Icarus just woke up and wasn't ready for this kind of stuff.
yeah. I'm not going to take your strength away now, but I think the next time I think the consequence here is that you realize how hard it's being pushed, without having really super engaged with Poseidon yet.
Right.
And you have that very real realization that like you could be on the brink of death at any second. Which won't mechanically affect you right now, but it's a good consequence.
The threat hangs above
Yeah.
your head.
It's real good.
You should probably push it harder on a desperate, but with a mixed success, it's like okay, we'll go with this for now. Lily, I think you managed to like keep pace close into it as it folds and turns and starts charging after Malphus.
I want to try to get clear of it at least, so that I'm not like trying to dodge around it and not get
Mm-hmm.
accidentally swiped. Is what I'm worried about at this point, because it's not watching me, but it is very big and it's going somewhere else.
I think positionally, if no one helps Malphus, there's an incredibly high chance that he gets eaten.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
soon.
Great. Perfect. This is so good. All right.
So getting clear, absolutely a possible thing you can do. Just want to be clear on the like, this is something everyone realizes in the moment is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm a golden god. I can handle this.
I disagree. I think I want to do flow just to try to zip about it and get it confused a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we're still trying to take it in that direction, but rather than having it zeroed in on him, give him another target. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the current direction is, I think to like maintain any sense of like getting away from it, Malphus is like in and out of the rings and like flying around in orbit, dodging moons and shit. Like y'all are all cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like this is almost like everyone's at like full speed. We're not just like sitting and watching and adjusting in space. It's very much like this is a big like action set piece, zooming around the rings of Jupiter,
driving
Yes.
guitar.
Yeah.
Cool. Lily should take +2 to her die roll, and I'm going to take 2 stress because
Yes.
as Lily engages to do this, there's this scoff. Like, no, Lily, like this, because anything you do, I do better. So when I assist my rival, Lily, they take +2 dice. I take 2 stress. But with our series thing, if you do this successfully, you'll actually remove a stress.
Okay. So for my position, desperate,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not transcended. And the effect is what?
As you are now, it's going to be desperate limited. This fully qualifies for your only mortal if you wish it to.
Show Malphus up.
We'll see if it works.
Yeah, that's good.
Two sixes.
Yeah. You're welcome for the 2 extra dice.
Wow.
Can't script that shit.
Okay, so I take a star's XP.
You do. For the desperate roll. You also, I keep forgetting to check the mix. You would have definitely gotten an extra die for brave.
Fantastic.
Calculating. No.
Nah.
I mean, you can't get better than a double six.
Double
so.
six,
Okay,
yeah.
well.
Yeah, so is that one of our first criticals?
That is our first critical, I think.
Wow.
No, I got a good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like, I feel like it happened at least once, but not many.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, give me the full. I mean, are you taking the transcend? Are you doing your
Having your moment.
unlikely hero?
I was like, this is some straight up. You
Like
can't
a
script
perfect
it.
sort
Yeah.
of storytelling.
I mean,
yeah,
I was waiting to see if it worked.
yeah, fair.
So yeah, basically just sort of zeroing in and actually like also have like 2 links with this mech. Just sort of fully connecting and yeah, just sort of coming into herself as a pilot, standing up to stop him from dying.
Mm-hmm.
This asshole.
If I can jump
So,
in
yeah,
here
you-
with some. Go ahead.
No, you good.
I was just say because we have the whole like the assist thing. I'm just imagining because Malphus is already transcendent, right? So the big glowy Medea zipping around, and here's Lily and just a bog standard Alcipe, and then all of a sudden somewhere in there they go from one shiny little mech to a normal mech to then like moving and actually kind of being in sync and like working as a team, and yeah.
I think in a just gigantic burst of speed, like we see Alcipe just like spiral completely around Poseidon like 3 or 4 times and then get up in the front and like you're just like lancing in every time you have a chance and bursting through sections of it and like again superficial damage, but like holy shit, you have distracted the hell out of this thing.
Yes.
And not in a way that will leave you very vulnerable to being eaten in a second.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, that's great. I think about now with the aura down, your communications are a lot better as well.
Okay, that's also what I had wanted to do, was try to get communications working again, but I needed to do this instead.
So the full flow, the normal like mission flow of command and everything, like there are a lot of upset, scared voices coming from the Argo, but you can see like in your heads up displays and everything that they're on approach, and we'll be here shortly to try to figure out what to do. But yeah, this thing is there is a feeling, I think you don't have that like crushing despair aura, but there is a feeling of like like not rage in the like mad sense, but like battle
The
fervor.
righteous fury.
Yeah, I'm not righteous, but
Well, yeah.
yeah, there's almost a sense of like an athlete, like geared up for their event.
Yes.
And there's a shift all along the Argo, or all along the Poseidon, as a lot of the like tentacles and fins and again, it almost hurts your brain to look at, as trying to parse like what everything this is. It all goes like what are some of the like bioluminescent fish that will have like strings of like the light will like go down.
Mm-hmm.
I think like there's some jellyfish that have like bioluminescent like trails
Cuttlefish
down their
do it,
tentacles and stuff. And yeah, cuttlefish and stuff like that. As it's almost like an engine revving up.
Is it charging
like
up?
Yeah. Like it is, you instantly have been communicated to about this, right? And it's very much without even having to like empathize or anything. You get the sense of like it's ready to have fun.
Great.
Janice.
All right. Excellent. Fantastic. Excellent moment. So, Janice transcends, and what happens is all of a sudden Sisyphus begins wearing a crown of Electrobaster, as though it would only be revealed when Janice is finally inside the mech that she's supposed to be in this timeline. And stands more regally. There is was it established that Sisyphus has a cape?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, cool. So the cape begins flapping in a non-existent, solar wind would be what
Absolutely.
it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Janice's voice gets polyphonic, and she says, only one of us is prepared to deal with an impossible task. And then there's a deep, throaty chuckle. And she says, Argo, on my mark. And all of a sudden, she sends them telemetry to Argo, directing them to shoot a blast at a particular point in the orbit of Jupiter. Like a discharge all the guns at once.
Mm-hmm.
So then, Janice is going to do some timey-wimey mumbo-jumbo shit, okay? So I need to declare what I'd like to try and do mechanically and then provide the narrative, because if the mechanics don't work, then I'll have to describe a different narrative thing. So first, I'd like to use my special armor, expend it with the Saw It Coming ability, I'll put that up there, to do some time manipulation thing. So either be in two places at once or accelerate the speed at which something is going to go.
Okay.
Also, because she's transcendent, she's going to push herself to try and analyze where Poseidon is and try and direct the Argo to shoot it in the right place. And so when she's doing that, they'll use the second benefit from the transcendent ability and try and halt Poseidon in time briefly long enough so that Poseidon will then be in position when the Argo comes about and fires this blast at accelerated speed.
Okay.
Legitimate timey-wimey bullshit.
Sort of forcing a Picard maneuver on.
Yes.
I am gonna say to do this.
Yes.
You're gonna have to be close.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
You're gonna have to have a lot of energy from your core.
All right.
And you're gonna have to basically, like, it's a touch spell is what I'm gonna say.
Yes. Cool. Sounds good. All right. Yes. I love it. Fantastic. I'm totally on board.
Okay. So you're pushing yourself.
Yes, definitely.
And
Take 2 stress.
Your special armor.
Yep.
Click
the special armor. let's see, where's the dang special armor button? So my regular, there we go. Special armor clicked.
Okay. What kind of roll do you want to make? And like these things will happen, but I still need you to make a roll of some sort.
Fair enough.
To, like,
Yeah.
get this to see how well it works, to see what kind of danger you have to be in to get it there.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm thinking either well, I'm happy with either analyze or flow. Flow in terms of getting into the right position to distract Poseidon, so that Poseidon will be there.
Good.
Okay, cool. Let's go with flow then.
I think this is going to be desperate.
Cool.
Great.
Awesome. Excellent.
I think this is a very in tune use. You're transcended. You're spending a lot of resources. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Clever and imperious.
Would it be fair to say that both of those apply? Clever and imperious?
For sure.
All right. Awesome. Cool. So this is desperate. Great effect. Transcendent. Yes. Bonus die 1 from pushing. Oh, wait. 2 bonus dice from pushing and clever. And then I get XP from imperious, right?
Additional benefits. Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. I was about to call you on that, but nope, that's additional.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
for pushing.
Yep.
Great.
Yes.
6.
We'll take the 6.
Yes.
But so close to the crit.
I know. It's so close. All right. Mark 2 XP.
Yeah, the cape flutters out, glowing in space, and you join the dance around Poseidon and get in close. And how do you sorry, Ash. Just one. Just 1 XP. You get in close, and how do you deliver that? Like grab, touch, whatever.
The scepter.
The scepter.
Yes.
You just like smash this thing right in the best you can approach is a nose.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the top of where the mouth was a second ago when it was trying to eat Malphus. So
yes, totally
nose,
imperiously. You see this posture with Sisyphus rearing back, looking down the nose of the mech, slamming down the scepter into the nose of Poseidon, like it's a horrid beast.
Great. It locks in place. It stops moving. I mean, obviously there's still momentum and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Malphus and Lily very quickly like outdistance it just from like, I don't know that you like fully announce this plan and like know everyone has to like perfect timing to stop it, right?
No. Imperiously do what I say right now.
Come back and just throw this one hand just like fucking like cane slap this thing.
Yes.
And it fully just like crumples around as that like momentum like it stops moving. It has momentum. You're still moving. You had to like power into this, and it just sort of like crumples and like folds around you almost for a while.
Oh, cool!
And then sort of very blubberly, like unsquishes. And I think it's like as you are coming back out that all of the guns hit, and there are just like chunks of this thing just blasted off with the full power, like, and you can even tell they zhuzhed it up a little bit, like they quite possibly just did some damage to their like the Argo's core, putting all of the power to the guns.
That makes sense.
Like there's a possible that like one deck is just completely fried. Everyone's like, shit, I guess we didn't need that oxygen after all.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah. You have a brief moment of a stunned. I'm not going to go so far as to say that it's like hurt.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, totally.
Like even with all of that, it is. You can tell it's still like that's like the first time you got past its AC, for lack of a better term, right?
Wonderful. Yes.
And it is stunned and sort of there's a quiet moment, in all of your heads as this thing is that low, like the aura has been suppressed by Icarus, but that like low background radiation almost. And it starts to, as it's stopped, it starts to slide sideways.
Whoa.
Closer to Jupiter.
Solar drifting.
Right, cool. Excellent.
Malphus, what do you do?
I'm going to take this opportunity to not be in front of its mouth, because Malphus in his downtime has played a video game or two, and a bunch of lights usually indicates something bad about to happen. So he is not going to stand in the telegraph. He's not going to stand in the fire, and he is going to pray. Actually, you know what? I'm wondering if this would be a situation where he could perceive where the attack is going and not be over there. Because he doesn't want to completely disengage. He's trying to stay here. He's trying to be a distraction, especially if the Argo's doing work. Icarus is keeping stuff off, and Sisyphus is doing work to actually damage. Malphus just wants to keep this up and just not get hit. Is kind of the idea.
That's going to be a risky standard.
Cool. Standard. And I'm going to push myself.
Do it.
Gives me 1 for 1 or 2 for 1 stress.
Push yourself, you get 1
for
2 stress.
Blah.
4.
Okay.
It's not 2 1s.
It is not.
That's
2
the way
1s.
to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Malphus.
Mm-hmm.
The stated objective of the goal is to not be where the attack is.
Right.
And to see what's probably coming.
Mm-hmm.
As it sort of lazily drifts at the speed of gravity towards Jupiter, you get a it's a very like animalistic sort of instinct of, if it was me, I'd be grabbing them with tentacles. And I think you see that like Sisyphus and Lily are likely targets to be, or Sisyphus and Alcippe are likely targets to be. It doesn't seem like taken down with, but like have the planet's gravity used as a weapon against them.
Yeah. So definitely, you gotta move.
Mm-hmm. What is that? I think I think the consequence here is that anticipating this, getting into its headspace, I think you have to sink pretty low in to your engine, sort of metaphysically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think pushing and predicting that and knowing what's going to happen a little bit is going to cost you a strength for Medea.
Okay. I know, Medea, you don't do this kind of thing a lot. I'm sorry.
You can resist it if you want.
Oh, that's true. I can. Yes. So that sounds like an emotional kind of vibe.
Do you
Yeah, I
resist with
think
the
that's gonna
the
be
Adrin?
Moon.
Moon, yeah. Okay. Double checking. Yep. That does not get any bonus dice. The
Good roll.
5.
A 5.
Yes.
Take 1 stress.
Woo!
You kind of there's this almost like mental like hold it together, buddy.
Yep.
I love it.
And you're able to call that out that it's coming, and so yeah, that is the imminent thing that's happening. We're gonna give Saraia a shot here, but like actively happening right now.
Yeah.
Big ass tentacles reaching out to grab and get a hold of Alcippe and Sisyphus.
Okay. Over the comm, Saraia says, I think we need to amp it up. The Argo just unloaded everything it had and probably blew its core, and we barely scratched it. I need you guys to trust me. I can bring us all together, and we can all coordinate as one, and hopefully do more to this thing. Are you with me?
Throaty, polyphonic. Do it.
All right. I'm going to invoke my transcendent ability as one, and I'm going to try and loop all 4 of us in.
Form the Megazord.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Form the Megazord.
What are you trying to do action-wise?
I'm
Move.
trying to get us all together to like we've done before. Malphus and I have merged.
Sure, I understand.
Before, yeah. So
what are you going to do when you merge? Because that's kind of the crux of that ability, right?
Right,
lead
and
a group
then
action or receive an assist while transcended.
And then once we're all together, if that works, we'll like launch a massive attack.
Okay.
And hopefully also withstand the tentacle swipes that are about to hit us as well. So I'm hoping that will help out all of that.
Do you want to? Okay, so part of the group action will be hopefully not getting grabbed by the tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want that to be escaping from that situation, i.e., more flow, or do you want it to be actual like super group attack, which would be more along the lines of like defy? You'd have to withstand the tentacles, grab them, do something, that kind of thing.
I think more of the flow, and then hope we get an opening in there. Okay.
So we're gonna do a group flow roll.
Yay.
And do you get the best one? Yeah.
I may roll the highest action rating among all participants instead of my own action rating. So
Right.
what's the highest flow we have in the group?
Janice has got 3 right now.
Yep, because she's transcendent.
And everybody's still rolling flow?
Everyone's rolling flow.
I don't think I am transcending right now.
Did you? Okay.
Like I got to pick up the hero's destiny, but even then, I can only transcend when an ally has consequences.
I fully intended like you transcended saving Malphus from being.
Okay.
That was the consequence was he had earned the full attention and was about to be eaten. What transcendent ability did you pick, by the way?
I picked bolstering presence. So whenever I help out a teammate, they get 1 second on their recovery clock.
Yeah. That's real good.
I did consider the how dare you, which is anytime a teammate gets hurt, you get +1 to hit back.
It's real good.
But I like this one because I'm not leaning hard into doing direct damage myself.
Yeah, that seems good. Recovery's good.
For the flow teamwork roll, are we desperate or risky?
I think it's gonna be risky. and standard effect.
Sweet. Yay.
5. Good. Got a 6. That's
Yes!
I was like, do I push myself? No, we're gonna let it ride.
great. We've got a crit.
Oh, we can still push. Oh, yeah.
We're doing great.
I can push here? Yeah, because it's an action.
I mean, at this point, you don't have to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because there's already, like, it's not going to get a better result. at
Okay,
this point.
gotcha. Fair
Like,
enough.
That's a little bit of metagaming to, like, wait to be the last one to roll, but,
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
you
I
also
wasn't
have,
trying to wait, but
you also have the
fair
best
enough.
pool, so, like,
Yeah,
it's,
makes
yeah.
complete sense to me. I will not,
That'll be fine.
considering that I did wait. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Oh my god. So,
Megazord
but there's a lot
says,
of
"Get fuck
stress that she
you."
takes. Oh god.
no stress.
No stress for her?
Mm.
In a group roll, right? You get 1 stress for each 1 to 3 roll by the group.
Yeah. Nobody rolled a 1 to 3.
Oh, because you take the highest result. That's right. I
Right.
forgot. Yes.
I was like,
I'm
Ralph,
sorry.
what
yes.
are you doing? Same
Sorry.
team, Ralph.
Yeah, sorry.
Same team.
Fair enough. Yeah. No. I'm not trying to go. I'm just trying.
Yeah,
Playing by the
I know.
rules.
It's a
wrong.
season.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Good lord. Those are some, what the hell?
We're in a horrible position, and working together is such a good team.
Everyone, like,
It all
whirls
turned.
up into, like, a spiral of different colored transcendence mech bullshit.
It's that end of the new Gundam when all the Gundams are spinning in their little rainbows.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you absolutely are dodging through, wiggling through, become one. You can feel at the edges of each other's consciousness that, like, instinctive, this is what we have to do now, like, one, like, just partial degree right to dodge the next attack. And there are more cannons coming in that you are, even though they're coming from behind your sensors and everything, to dodge them, and it's this beautiful, like, Macross, like, missile trail bullshit.
Malphus fucking writing his name.
And yeah, I think even though this was, like, mostly meant to be dodging, I think you like combine weapons and focus and everything, like, puts this thing definitively on the back foot. And you end up just, like, driving into it, pushing it down, and you're, like, flowing around the surface of the outer atmosphere of Jupiter, the very wispiest bits of atmospheric clouds and dust and stuff.
Just enough to give us the turbulence and the shape.
Yeah, for sure. And this thing disappears beneath the surface.
Yes.
Oh, are
Call
we
good?
chasing
Call
it?
good? No. I think actually, Malphus, like, as it starts to pull away, Malphus pulls the, like, leadership card, goes, "All right, call it good, team. We're going this way." Argus called us back. I know, FELT's, right? Such a coward. All right, we're going this way.
Yeah, so as a group sort of call, what do you do next? As you are all in sync for another moment, there's at the speed of thought sort of discussion of what's the game plan.
I want to try to see if we can get a reading on it. Like, I want to know if it's still there.
That's true. Yeah, if it's about to just jump back out.
Yeah, before we relax.
Yeah.
I would.
That head nod.
I'm
Sure.
nodding.
Okay.
Yeah, go right ahead, Lily.
Gonna roll analyze.
This would be risky. Standard. Yep. Seems good.
All right.
4. Yeah, you all pull back from the edge of the atmosphere a bit. Start not full on retreat, not retreat, but return to the Argo, but just to get enough view, and you are aware as there are ripples in the surface, like you saw before, as it sort of swims through the upper atmosphere, and it there's a turning and like a disturbance of the atmosphere as it almost like pushes it like waves.
Mm.
And there are just 2 enormous predatory eyes and a large mouth that just sort of opens in the like fully like the planet is trying to do a munch.
Oh.
It is in a very Poseidon-esque king of the sea thing. It has turned this atmosphere to something. And so yeah, you fully understand. The battle's not over. The consequence is you all start getting pulled. Whatever it has done to physics and to the atmosphere of Jupiter, gravity just went wild.
Oh,
Kind of caught in the tide, kind of feel.
Yeah, like riptide.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Almost like a gravitational wake.
Yeah, like the specifically what I'm trying to evoke here is the very quick recession of the sea before a tsunami.
Oh yeah, okay. Cool.
Where it'll just yoink down like 20 feet of seawater.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's weird. Shit.
That means you should run the other way.
Yeah. Free fish.
Said that guy. R.I.P.
Yeah. So it is, since it is your role, Ash, here, you can resist this consequence if you wish, to try and steer clear of getting sucked down in. The rest of you all, I will have to make you do some things.
Yeah, I want to try to resist this.
Okay.
So
This is going to be Sun.
Do I just click Sun and roll with no bonuses?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So take 2 stress.
Only got space for 2 more.
That's fine.
That's fine.
On the other hand, you've got space for 2 more.
Yep. That's what it's about.
Okay, and so for the transcendence, does it take? We only get 3 rounds transcended, right?
It's 3 actions.
So I think that's my 3rd one.
4, I thought.
It's 4 actions.
4 actions.
It's can be different for different people.
Oh really?
I have
that.
3 on
Okay.
my 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really
Some have
didn't know
3,
that.
some have 4.
Interesting.
The first thing you did was to save Malphus. The second thing was a group roll that didn't count against you.
Okay.
And then this is very much in line with calculating. So it won't cost you 1.
Okay, so I'm only down. Am I
You've
down by
only
1?
marked
Yeah.
Yeah, you make the call, and in the brief span of time between realizing what's going to happen and it actually happening, just full on like backwards, like get out of this,
Disengage
sort of thing. Making the call to everyone else, but we'll have to see what happens to them. And you are within range of the Argo, within a sort of distance to the Argo now that you could do any number of things there. Janice, you are being pulled gravitationally into and I think as it pulls, and as it, like, the planet is literally just like the entire atmosphere is just like blowing apart, and you can see down into like the depths.
Oh no.
Where you could not survive.
You ain't getting out of there.
And you're not escaping for certain, but you're also just gonna get crushed. These things can survive quite a hard pressure, but not the center of, not the actual. Does Jupiter have a core? I don't remember.
I mean, yes, but not necessarily going to be a molten core the way we think.
Not molten, but like a solid.
like a solid core. I don't know that it does it?
It's just, it has a heavy mass down there. You're getting into what, the definition of solid, bunch of helium crunched together.
Yeah, it's unclear at this point because it's so hot and dense.
Right. We have a better idea about one of the other gas giants, though. Doesn't maybe Uranus will look up
Saturn? I think we know has like a liquid core.
Okay.
Nerds.
Thought to be composed of a rocky core for Saturn.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's under a deep layer of metallic hydrogen. If it exists.
Hydrogen. Sick.
Literally. Thank you, Chris. I'm glad you were there for me.
Yeah. All right. So, are we still in the harmony? Do we get the benefit of that for one moment more?
I think not.
Okay, because I had a cool thing to suggest.
I think the it reacting, it using its move.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And
cool.
and that being a sort of like when Saraia does something for a brief. It even says like for a brief moment.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, totally. Is Malphus, or are Malphus, Saraia, and Alcibi still in danger of the gravitational pull? Or has Alcibi already resisted and moved away from it?
Lily in Alcibi is safe for the moment.
Cool. Great. Okay. So we have Malphus and excuse me, and Saraia. Great. This is what Janice would say. Janice would okay, cool. Janice would try and move back away, just flowing directly out, and then is going to try and invoke. So this is what I want to do. I'll describe narratively again. So I want to try and move out directly away from the gravitational pull. Or, I mean, if we think of a riptide swimming at an oblique angle, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever's going to make it easiest. And then once she's gotten out of it, come right back to where Malphus is, just teleporting back near Saraia, and then saying to her, merge with me again, and I can get us both free.
Okay. Let's start with step one of that plan.
Yes, indeed. Sure.
Ooh, you're getting pretty up there on stress.
Yeah.
Yep, indeed. Yep.
Wonderful. I'm looking at all these stress bars.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Pretty high.
I pushed. Push it.
Malphus is in our best shape with 3 dots left.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, y'all can spend links to, shave
Yeah,
off some stress
just shave
for
them off,
one
yeah.
another. Yep.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
let's start with the first part, which is
Cool.
the flow roll to do
Flowing.
this.
Yep. You got it. Flow. This is risky, right? We're not desperate.
This is desperate.
Okay, cool. Desperate.
This is clever. I'll give you a bonus die.
Awesome.
I don't know that it's imperious, so it
Yeah.
will count against your transcendence track.
That makes sense to me. Standard effect. Transcendent. Yes. 2 bonus dice. Come on.
Can I
Alright,
get one for
that works.
unfinished?
Hmm?
Can I get one for unfinished?
Can you get one for unfinished?
Yeah, we're trying to merge, right? So
Oh, we
assuming I
will.
have to make a
In
roll.
your
You
action,
will.
I'm
That'll
trying to
be,
set up.
Yeah, like on
Okay.
your
Yeah.
turn. Yeah,
If
you
this
can't
works,
make-
I'll elaborate on what I was going to
Mhm.
offer that Janice could suggest Saraia does.
Okay. Okay, here's what happens.
Yeah,
You
cool.
zoom off. You are pushing Sisyphus. He is almost like, I mean, it is really fitting, right? You are
Yep.
describing a Sisyphean task.
Yes, yeah.
You are pushing the boulder of yourself up to the top of this hill and then
Yeah.
literally rolling the back down.
Yeah.
And I think that it's almost like whatever the sort of cognitive mythology overlap, the personality, like, it almost recognizes that. And I think at that last second when you go to swap back,
Yes.
there is a moment of pain and not this shit again that almost comes from the mech.
Yeah, okay.
But Malphus is out.
All
That
right,
was the
excellent.
thing you were
Yes.
rolled and paid for. Malphus is safe.
Excellent.
I think in the time it takes you to get out and then come back, there is space has collapsed more. You are tighter in, and the pressure and the like stretching of space time there puts a lot of distortion and stress on the engine, and it's going to take this is
-1 strength
to communicate. This is more than one consequence. This is going to be a level 2 harm.
Oh, okay.
Of like call it like leg rack.
Yeah.
To borrow a term, where like the bottom half of Sisyphus has been kind of wrenched and stretched, and you can feel that all in your like the
like we're starting to spaghettify in the gravity well.
A little bit, yeah.
Ooh, cool. I just need to find a hole that's made for me.
Yeah.
Great. But the way that these engines connect with you, you feel what they feel for a portion of it, right?
Totally.
So you take that harm physically,
Okay.
and Sisyphus takes one less, loses the strength.
Cool. That makes sense to me.
You can resist those consequences if you wish.
Thank you. Yes.
They would be separate resistances.
That makes sense. Do I get to resist with stars?
You can resist the strength with stars and the injury with sun.
Okay, cool. Makes sense. I'll do both.
Okay.
Yep.
You are incredibly likely to have to roll Eclipse.
Yep. Makes sense to me. That's okay.
All right.
All right, level 2, strength. You know what? Let me think. Gonna need a push. What's gonna happen? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you know what? I am going to resist the leg rack with Sun. And I'm going to let the strength ride. And then I'm going to spend my last link on Saraia to recover 2 stress.
Okay.
Did I spend it? Good, good. Cooked it off. Now, resist with Sun. Resist with Sun. Come on now, let's see what happens. Give me a 4. Everybody, can I do it? Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
So you pay off 2 stress and then take 2 stress, and
Mhm.
you're back where you were.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
That would bump it down to
Of 1, right?
level 1.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Put that leg back on there. Yeah.
Put that leg back where it came from, or so help me.
Me.
Yep.
Okay. So Sisyphus not in good shape.
Nope. Feeling hurt.
Not in a good position, but you
Nope.
did get Malphus out.
Excellent.
Malphus, you have just been in the blink of an eye
Ejected.
teleported.
Careful.
Swap?
Two different things in this case.
No,
Greg.
not ejected. What is the effect of that? What does that look like?
Ooh, yeah.
What does Malphus experience?
Whenever this happens to anybody, if they swap places, they experience cognitive dissidence because they have a memory of being where they are and a memory of not having been where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Malphus was above the orbit. Janice just decided that was the timeline that's correct, but Malphus remembers that that's not how it was before.
Yeah, you've just woven a little bit of time in here to fix a different.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dig
I
it.
like that.
All right, can I briefly suggest to Craig what Janice was thinking, which she tried to communicate very simply through emotion?
Sure.
Cool. Which is when she said, "Hey, join with me," she would try and send an emotional, because we have this connection and all that, right? To unite and then try and use Sisyphus's gravitational beam, the tracking beam, what I can't remember what we call it, but on the scepter that he used to save her the first time. Instead of Janice used to save Saraia, why don't the two of them use it to save themselves by trying to maybe hook onto the Argo or something?
Yeah, let's go ahead and resolve that, and then we'll come back to Malphus.
Sounds good to me.
First, I'm going to spend a link so Janice can remove 2 stress.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Okay.
And
Thank
then
Y'all just don't want me to have fun today. Nobody's going Eclipse. Everyone y'all have not failed a roll yet.
Let's see how this goes.
I've been standing here with horrific consequences.
We are in the worst situation, and we are
riding the line.
so well.
Thriving.
Thread the needle, baby. Thread the needle.
So for this merge, can I rely on unfinished for bonus time?
Unfinished would help do the transcendent.
That just lets you stay.
Oh, that's just okay. So it's still okay.
What is its
It's bright.
Bright.
Yeah.
I mean, that bright works. It's lit up. It's I mean, you're starting to see, I think at this point, when Janice and Sisyphus are suddenly there again. At this point, you can see the there is a physicality starting to happen of even sound and light and stuff. You can tell this thing might just be collapsing Jupiter fully.
Oh, that would be bad.
Yes.
It'd be bad on so many
You tried to blow up
mechanics
you
level.
blow it up Jupiter. Chris, do it.
Okay. So Icarus moves close and Icarus's wings sort of envelop
Yes.
Janice, and then they sort of start to spin, and they sort of lose all definition. It's just swirls of color, sort of like an RWBY when Ruby grabs somebody in their teleport. And we'll see if it works. Hey, look at that!
Chris,
Okay.
roll 20 has decided that you can just get fucked.
Well, okay. I mean,
Yes.
okay. I'm gonna let that ride. Please communicate with me before you roll.
Oh, sorry. Did I
Uh,
do something wrong there?
in the future. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Just would have set up some stakes, and it gives me a chance for poison promises and stuff like that too. So,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I might have suggested that it should probably be a defy roll together, but flow, especially on a crit, will be just fine here.
Oh, I should roll to see if there's any stress, right?
I'm
Yes,
totally
it's
prepared to re-roll if you would prefer.
No, this is good. This is
Okay.
great.
Were we desperate?
Yes.
Okay. Desperate, limited. Yep.
Okay.
One stress.
So, Saraia does take one stress.
Okay.
You, like wrapped in the sort of pure white angelic wings of Icarus, you flow together for a moment and push and push and push, and for a while you're not sure if you're gonna make it, and you can see the planet looming over you. You can see deep. If you take the time to look backwards, you don't know that you'd ever be able to turn away from it at this point.
Yeah.
And there is almost like a snap of reality as you feel like physical waves like crash on both sides right as you like escape out of this.
Wow.
And the atmosphere, the gap of it closes back around and crashes in on itself, and the storms that spin out of that are mind-boggling
Yes.
to comprehend. And we we'll take a break here for
Okay.
just 1 sec.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
I gotta find a button.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Right on
It's so
back.
good.
YouTube folks will just have to skip ahead a little bit.
Swaying in the breeze, the palm trees caress the sky. Seagulls sing the song of life, crashing on the shore. The waves fade into sea foam. This is where I call home. As long as I remember, we've lived in Elysian peace. Time ebbs and flows like the tide. Chaos here is but a dream. But could there be another reality? Another world, another me. Across the sea I gaze, dreaming of another shore. Somehow I feel the rift, a gate leading to the other world. Is this where?
We're live.
Hey y'all, we're back.
Hmm.
So, Jupiter collapses in on itself. There's a snap back to reality. Oop, there goes that.
Gravity, yeah.
It's not fair.
You said it.
It's not fair.
It's right. Uh-huh.
And yeah, you escape. There's probably consequences, not to you, but to Jupiter itself.
The satellites around it, likely.
Yeah, I think you see a moon just drop.
Yep.
Jupiter has a bunch to spare.
It's got a whole bunch of them. It's fine.
Doesn't need all of them, right?
Yeah, it's like kids. It's fine. And you manage to escape out of the out into the outer beyond the gravity of Jupiter and
Mhm.
turn back, and the planet is still of Leviathan sort of movement.
Mm.
Obviously, it's still got a lot going on. And there are calls and status reports, and there's a sort of holy shit, how are y'all alive?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of undertone to everything.
Yeah.
As the Argo calls over to you to check on everyone, and then in a sort of like jovialer, no, not jovialer. Jovial, jocular, sort of trying to like rally everyone out of the shock of what all that was. FELTs. It's like, well, that's gonna be one hell of a playback for y'all to go through.
Yeah. Yes, it will.
I love the pause.
Yeah, like I'm imagining like there's sweat on us, there's bruises, and then like that. Thank you, FELTs. The word you're looking for is thank you.
You're welcome.
No, because here's the question. I'm going to turn to everybody else. Does anybody hold Malphus back? Cool.
Nope.
Just across the face. Just
I'm not
like
even gonna make you roll it. He doesn't see this coming at all. He just goes down.
All right.
We'll address that later.
yep.
Perhaps that inspires some fallout. We'll
That's
see.
some obligations. Yeah.
Yeah, obligations too. And so we're gonna transition out of mission here.
Sweet.
Back on the Argo, getting out of the engines, shutting them down. There is a swarm of mechanics and everything that comes to check on him, and like especially Sisyphus, who has been really pushed through the paces on there, and they're like, what the hell? And you just look, and just fully one of the legs is just like spiraled.
Oh,
like, twisted,
whoa.
spiraled.
Yeah.
And you're like, that explains the leg.
That's why it felt like that.
Wondered why I wasn't responding quite as fast.
Yeah. Still like pointed the right way, so it went around the right number of times that both of the feet are
perfect.
still pointing front. But it's like it's more than one full turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, holy shit, what the hell?
Your leg looks like fusilli.
Yeah. And you are sort of bustled away, and with FELTs being just sort of in the middle of it, just like unconscious on the floor. Everyone just sort of like moving around him. Yeah, exactly.
That's so good.
We got shit to do.
No one wants to be the one to move him and accidentally wake him up and be on the receiving end of that, right? So, and
That's so funny.
Commander Persephone comes over and I think briefs you on the situation of the Argo, which is that unsurprisingly they took sustained heavy self-inflicted damage by pushing their own core really hard, and that the engines will be we'll say less than optimal for the return trip to Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, the ship's engines, not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, ours also will be.
Yeah.
Mine's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I wasn't hurt at all.
And that the return to Earth will take a number of days instead of hours.
Ooh, cool.
Malphus is already going, fuck the consequences of my actions.
That's right.
You're stuck on the ship with him.
All right. I'll just head
I
to the
thought it'd be
brig.
asleep. Yep.
But there
I'll
are
just
tons
go
of
there
places to
now.
hide on a ship.
Not as many as in a city, but
Mhm.
Does the Argo have
he's small. He can
Yeah.
fit in a little cubby.
Does the Argo have the little ventilation ducts, or not ventilation ducts? What are they called in Star Trek?
Jeffrey's tubes.
Jeffrey's tubes. Thank you. That's right. For some reason, I was just forgetting the name. We all know so much. So, well, anyway, yeah, the Argo had some of those.
For Fallout,
Yes.
the adversary track advances by one segment plus one additional segment for each of the following that occurred during the mission. Did the adversary's agenda move forward? I'm gonna say no. It was stymied pretty goddamn well.
Thank you, Dice.
Thank
Didn't
you,
get
Lucky
to
Rolls.
eat anything. Not a single mech, not a single human.
Mm-hmm.
Got
It
driven
showed
back
itself
into
and we
Jupiter.
kicked its ass.
Yeah. No one fell into eclipse, nor was anyone killed. Or did they defect? And then did any protagonist come closer to their destiny as established in the series creation?
Mm.
That's a 1.
Yep.
The unlikely hero becoming the unlikely hero
Yep.
is going to count. So we get 2 on the Leviathan track. Boop, boop. Gotta mark it in several spots so I don't fuck it up. And then someone roll me a singular die.
Okay.
Cool. Yes. Not a
Three.
1.
Is that good?
Not a 1.
It could be worse.
I was just saying,
could be worse.
Exactly.
the,
We rolled
the
once
range
many
is
times.
Yeah, this actually is
1 to 3.
depending on your perspective. Higher rolls on these are worse.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. They're all kind of interesting. This is strife breaks out in the Bastion, which I
Yes.
think we had last time too. So it's
Yes, it is.
getting worse.
Yes. Yep.
The infighting, we'll see when we get there in
That's
a
great.
number of days.
Yes.
But I think what we'll do for next session is that the obligation and downtime will happen on the ship, and then
Mhm.
we'll see what is happening in the city.
Yeah, that sounds
Um,
good.
And all that. And then can I get someone to roll the readiness, which I think we currently have tier 2.
Tier 2. Mm-hmm. So 2
can I get a
dice.
2 die roll. Mm-hmm.
Where'd the fortune roll button? There it goes. Ugh.
Yeah.
So this is when the pilots pursue a mission that leaves the last bastion exposed, or internal strife and politics are left unchecked. Roll the readiness tier.
Mm.
On a 1 to 3, it's a disaster. The bastion track reduces by 3, and the pilots must answer for it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. This is going to be real good. Social strife is an issue, but Janice doesn't care anymore.
Incredible. And then the readiness track reduces by half.
Yes. Yes. Nobody is ready because they can't stop arguing with each other.
Oh man.
Pilot just decked one of our guys. We're doing great.
He's not one of our guys.
That's from
I
the
mean, isn't he
harmony.
like our boss?
Technically.
Yeah.
But Malphus doesn't submit to his
It's a-
authority.
it's a
He's
comp-
a
yeah.
sovereign citizen.
Oh no. Oh no.
Friends at home who are going, what is that? Don't Google it. Just move on with your life. If you don't know what it is, you don't need to. It's just going to.
Technically, this would be a maritime admiralty court. So,
That's right. Malphus was born in the
Good
state
luck.
of Jefferson.
oh no. Oh boy, I love this country.
It's good country.
Yeah. So, let's see. I am down for just some not quite obligation, not quite free time.
Mhm.
Like y'all can sort of check in with each other, have some
Yeah.
scenes
Sounds good. Perfect.
for the last 30 minutes here.
That makes sense to me.
I don't want to like fully start another cycle of play.
Right.
Oh yeah, totally. Yep. I got an idea, but I
Okay.
want to wait in case anybody else has something burning through their mind
Just
right now.
A brief moment as we're in the bay and stuff. Saraia would sort of be present, touchy with Janice and say, looking at the leg, like, man, that must have hurt a lot.
It did. Hurts a lot less than it would have had if we both got crushed. Or if,
Oh.
and then she looks over at Malphus briefly and then looks back at Saraia. Or if we'd have lost someone.
You gonna talk to him?
Yeah. And then
And
she
just
gives
gives
you
you
a
a
kiss on the
shoulder
cheek.
squeeze and then
Yeah,
walks away.
Perfect. I figured. Yeah, and she gives you a kiss on the cheek and then goes to talk to Malphus.
Oh, cute.
I
So-
just that was touching. Like that really touched Saraia.
All right.
That
Awesome.
little bit of affection.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and before we get into this whole conversation, Lily's kind of just in her own little world, sort of just like floating, because this is
She did great.
this was great.
Ace pilot.
Like, huh? So is that what it's like for y'all all the time with the transcending? It's just like oblivious to like the drama going on. Like we succeeded completely.
Yes.
By no measure of rubric did you really have any failure at all.
Yeah.
So to try and
Just
wingman a little
wouldn't-
bit for Janice, Saraia would come over to say, "Hey, let's go get a drink."
Oh, with Lily.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
sort of steer Lily towards the mess hall, and then like you get everybody riled up. That everybody's cheering that
Mhm.
for that Lily did such a great job and stuff.
Everyone's cheering. Meanwhile, like the fleet of mechanics are like desperately trying to get everything back and working, and so like the only people in here are like people that are like
Flight
catching their breath
crew
after
and-
like
yeah.
the flight crew and like the like bridge staff. To borrow the Evangelion term, the bridge bunnies.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You know what I could imagine? I could imagine that there's one engineer who's always careful about making sure that people don't do crazy things with the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they were like in the John or something like that.
Pouting.
When Janice said, "You give it all you got," and then
And they
came out
broke
and
the
was like,
ship.
"Yes, what did you do?"
Another back. I was gone for 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
3 minutes.
Yes.
But it was so cool. Here, we recorded it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, by all means, take it away, Janice and
All right.
Malphus.
Janice, where is Malphus right now?
Probably talking to Persephone and being like, okay, so when he does wake up, my penance and stuff like that, and just go ahead planning it out, because let's be honest, Persephone will actually punish Malphus, but it won't be nearly as ridiculous as whatever Elfieltes comes up with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Janice will wait patiently until Malphus is done, and then as he exits her office or wherever they're talking, she falls in a step with him, and with a sidelong glance says, well, in a hushed voice, "We both know we can't, that you can't kill them. Don't we also both know that they can kill you?"
And this sort of, I think, like the conversation with Persephone has broken up, but she's still
Mhm.
like within earshot. She kind of like turns at that, and then it's like, well, have a good evening. You both can make a perceive roll.
Cool. Yay. Whoa. What up?
Holy shit.
You guys see everything?
See everything.
Now, to be fair, Ralph has to
you-
take the 4.
Yes, of course. But
Oh,
it's on
sorry.
2 dice,
Mhm.
I missed
0. It means it's still a success, and it's not an abject failure, which is so common.
Janice, you notice that Persephone is in more of a more similar adrenaline come down sort of vibe as the two of you are.
Whoa.
You notice you've got a good feel for that sort of like physicality vibe.
Yeah.
Malphus, you also notice that, and you notice that beneath her uniform coat, which is like unbuttoned a little bit, or I think it's one of the buttons is misaligned,
Mm-hmm.
is what you notice.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
You see what you instantly recognize as a pilot suit.
Right.
Whoa.
She was ready to come.
Yep.
Save her bacon.
Yep.
And if I remember correctly, she was one of those you can't ever pilot again kind of cases. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stacker Pentecost.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to get the blood coming out of her brain.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with the comment and Persephone leaving, he looks over at Janice and goes, "Yeah, no kidding. But would you be chill? Have you not heard of propaganda? Morale?"
She nods and like rolls her tongue around her teeth and says, "Propaganda for the idiots on the ground. I'm going to be clear about something. Okay? I watched you die. I'm not going to tell you how or why or when. I'm not going to do it again."
Thanks. Sure, that's
Incredible line.
That's my plan too. Like, I plan to do this until I turn into the next Persephone and we beat them.
She looks at that and takes it, at face value, and then says, "Okay, good. I would like, and this is a request, I would like that if in the future I anticipate a choice you're making to lead to grievous harm or your likely demise, that you heed my advice."
I think he gets really like mavericky here and like, Top Gun Maverick,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah,
just like, listen,
absolutely. It's great. I've seen it.
you've been there. When you're in the seat, it doesn't matter what analytics are telling you. Sometimes you just you got to do it. Like you feel it.
Fuck a targeting computer.
Yep.
This is
I
so
got
good.
this.
Yep. Like,
Are you saying it's not about the engine, it's about the pilot?
right. I mean, you've flown Sisyphus. You see how awesome that thing is. Imagine if I was in it.
If you were in it, you'd both die.
Maybe. In this last fight? Probably. Medea's faster. But we didn't die.
We didn't.
And you're talking to me about not dying. And this is like somebody put a banner out. We should
Totally.
be celebrating Lily.
Janice takes a deep breath and says, "You're right. You're right.
Come on.
Let's do that."
Because we do have the mess hall, right? Oh, no, we don't have the mess hall yet. Okay, sorry.
Not yet.
Um,
There is a place to
right, yeah.
do things here.
Right.
The mess hall specifically is a part of the Last Bastion.
I thought it was on the flagship. So aren't there all the upgrades for...
Says flagship upgrades.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But and the difference is going from like a place where everybody eats to like a proper thing. But yeah, but wherever...
Considering what you're saying, if we're doing downtime on the ship, we'll have an opportunity to work on that next time.
Right.
Yep.
But yeah, no, at this point, like, it's like in continuing the conversation, it is definitely a, yeah, I hear you. If you make a call, I'm going to listen, but I may not agree with the call. Like you have eyes and you spot things that I don't. I'll call that, but in the moment, may not agree.
She nods and she says, "You're your own person and you make your own choices. I just wanted to be direct, and I wanted to know that if I make a suggestion, that you won't ignore it."
And like Malphus nods and like, more of that. Direct. Love it.
All right.
Not showing up when I'm hanging out with a woman and accusing me of not reading stuff because you wanted me to pick up some message. Next time, just give me the message.
She,
Better
like,
yet,
rubs her.
send it to me instead of delivering it face to face.
She like rubs her forehead and her palms, or back of her hand is over her eyes. And she's like, "Look, I don't know how to do this, all right?
None of us do. None of us do.
Well,
this is an impossible situation.
You have no idea."
No, he does not. All right. Now I need to figure out some way to prank Lily. Come on. And unless
He
somebody
shrugs and like goes along with him.
unless somebody stops Malphus or gives Lily a heads up, we are straight up dumping like a cooler of ice or water or some other equivalent.
Space Gatorade.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like find everybody
Andromeda.
cheering and screaming and yep.
Andromeda's Gatorade.
Yeah, you have this moment, and coming up behind Lily as she and Saraia are like sitting at a table with a few other folks, having a relatively calm moment, and you just amp it out the fucking wazoo. And there's a moment where like everyone is stunned, right? There's like a crew of mechanics walk in from having just finished the task with it and needing a break, and everyone's just sitting there like, why would you do that?
Oh yeah, and
Do we have showers on this?
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and Malphus is doing this as 100% a like, it's hazing, but it's a like welcome to the crew, absolutely like the Maverick, just to keep it going, an Iceman handshake, like good fucking, and like doesn't even call her Lily, because what's the other name?
My pilot name
Yeah.
is Atalanta.
Yeah, and calling her Atalanta, good job, like that was awesome, like hell yeah, keep doing that. And that's where the asshole edge comes in, is like, hey, you did it once, now we need repetition.
From
Just gonna kind of reluctantly angry hug you.
from like just off behind you in like sort of a corner table off minding their own business, figure stands up, and it is at this exact moment that everyone realizes that the pole mark has been here the whole time.
Oh.
And she marches over and to remind everyone, this is the basically the captain of the flagship,
Yeah.
the very much commanding officer, pretty much only answers to, and in an indirect way, to the council in the Last Bastion.
Mhm.
And her name is Kepri. She's like 30.
Whoa.
It's wild.
Whoa.
If anyone ever does any research into her, I will
Yeah,
give you that thing that
That's a good point.
it's interesting
Yeah.
what has happened with her. And she is tall and lean and incredibly fit, like dark skinned woman of Egyptian descent,
Mm.
and is
Appropriate
one of the
choice of name.
people. Yeah. Has not leaned into the Greek, so to speak.
Hmm.
Can I just interject a very quick thing?
Mhm.
If there's a hug happening in the mess hall, Saraya's in there.
There is like a sticky Gatorade hug. It's wild.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kepri marched over, and she's like, for a moment, just like furiously, quietly, just like taking a drag on her cigarette, and marched over and just like blows smoke in everybody's face. And he's like, "This is how you're gonna act in my mess hall." Mere hours after running a mission that has left us nearly stranded out here with diminished capacity if anything else were to happen. This is how you all act.
Yes, ma'am.
Just pointing at him.
You all agree?
Janice shrugs.
Looks at everyone. And then she starts looking at all the mechanics and everything. And you're fine with this? This is how you want to act? And then reaches into her pocket and pulls out a flask and just says, "Because I don't see nearly enough of you with drinks in your hand. Now let's get a toast to our pilots for one of the most successful missions. For one of the most successful missions we've run in quite a number of years. All right."
Woo!
Cheers.
Yeah, just like big swig of like while still swallowing, another drag on the cigarette. It's like, yeah, it's just like you don't know how that's working, but it's happening.
Oh, is it?
Like the throat should only be able to do one of those at once.
That's right.
Yeah.
No epiglottis, just has some kind of weird mucus that directs things in the right place. The future is an augmentation.
I will remind you all that it's going to take us presumably a handful of days to make it back to Earth, so please do try to make the booze last. But you're all, and then like just like hits a button on her collar, and just like all hands report to the mess hall.
Oh, yes.
And essentially like, yeah, I mean, it's like finish what you're doing and then come to the mess hall because there are important things to happen, and that important thing is everyone needs to fucking decompress because like,
yeah,
most of the people on the ship did not have the protection from that like awful depressive aura.
Yeah.
And so you can see there's like some like really like sunken eyes and like people are really have been going through it.
Yeah.
And hey, no one died.
Yeah.
We should have died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
I was prepared. I had a lot of things cooking up.
Mm-hmm.
I had a whole big drive the other day to think about them. Anyways, I think
all succeeded.
Anybody have anything else?
After Malphus has like a drink and like chats with folks and stuff like that, he's headed back to the engines and is going to spend the evening petting them and telling them that they are very good engines. And there might be a little bit of a slur to his voice.
That's great. That's hilarious.
And yeah, like this is as like openly emotional that Malphus has been in public or anything like that. And yeah, it's super nerdy, like pilot with their plane, the pilots with the engines, same kind of thing. And every one of them are good, even you, Alcipe, and just because he absolutely knows. Especially there was a point where he was the only engine, and there is Poseidon behind him, and he's like, "I'm dead. I am fucking dead." And then Lily showed up. I was like, thank you, engines. Thank you. Very good. Don't ignore what I said to Janice about it's all about the pilot. Thank you.
Incredible.
But yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah, but that's all I had.
Anything else? We can wrap up a few minutes early tonight.
Yeah, that's okay with me.
That was a good two-parter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yep.
It was intense.
Well, as always, thank you all for joining us. If you enjoyed what you saw here and want to come hang out with us on Discord and chat about ongoing episodes or your cool pets or get really deep into the nitty-gritty of RPG rules, we're down for all of that, and you can check us out on Discord at eatinto.space. If you want to be one of our wonderful patrons that get their names read off at the start of the episode, come check us out at staylucky.club. A handy-dandy little short link for that. And we will see you next time.
That's right.
Stay magical.
See y'all later. All right. Yeah.